What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what just came out from Faraday, and break it down on what has been happening with Faraday. And last time they did this, what happened? Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday is down 8.33%, new all-time low of $1.24. So definitely things are escalating faster than I previously anticipated, and you're not seeing that much buying. So 4.44 million for volume, 7.16 is the average. And so these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market, or for today, lack thereof. So last transactions did occur on the 13th, but as of right now, the market is just punishing just any stock that is heavily reliant on debt. And that is kind of Faraday. Faraday is trying. So they did put out news late on the 13th, and that was this right here. So Faraday Future and Grow Fandor forge exclusive strategic licensing collaboration. And this has been one thing that I've brought up. So I've been covering Faraday for like 2.5 years or whatever else. And I've always been unable to find the actual patents that Faraday owns or one of the subsidiaries for all this tech. So Faraday's always just said, hey, we are better than American EVs, for instance, we have better tech and blah, blah, blah. Whereas I do cover Lucid, and Lucid pretty much says the exact same thing, that they are the best. But needless to say, I know Lucid does actually hold the patents, and they've already had a licensing agreement with Aston Martin. Faraday, I don't know. It's kind of crazy the fact that they're saying like anticipated economic benefit, blah, 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 will be greater percent like of this and this. Like, what are you going to get? Nothing. The whole Lucid and Aston Martin deal, that's 33 million. So Faraday, which doesn't have that good of tech, like their infotainment is good, but aside from that, range, everything else is crap. So essentially, what are you going to get? You're going to get max, let's say best case scenario, 20 million. Let's say even if you do hold the patents and everything, you're going to get 20 million. And so what, you get 50% net sales from that? Like it's just absolute crap, all for a measly 250,000 annual license fee. So yeah, this is not good. So based on what I said at the very beginning, last time Faraday really tried to pump through news is they were concerned about reverse stock split. So they put out news on the 6th, 7th, 11th, 12th, 13th. They are really trying. Last time they did this was in September, before they immediately went radio silent, announced a shareholder meeting, and then did a reverse stock split. So in my opinion, I know I've been stating that it is going to be Q1 2025. I was anticipating like kind of early on. It might actually happen sooner than that. So given the circumstances of how fast Faraday is bleeding, I do anticipate probably the first week of December there to be a shareholder meeting. So most likely in the next 2 weeks, they will announce a shareholder meeting. One of the proposed items is going to be a reverse stock split and raising the authorized share count. It's, yeah, honestly, I think Faraday and a lot of investors at this stage already know Faraday's going down, but this is a lot faster than what I did anticipate. So Faraday trying to say that they have some licensing collaboration, I think that's just BS. All these definitive agreements are all kind of just BS, in my opinion, of course. So they're definitely trying, and they're using the same somewhat playbook, right? For those of you that followed my channel, in September, they were really putting out news time and time again in similar fashion to this. And they even stated at that time, hey, all of our management's going to buy and blah, blah, blah. Well, they already did recycle that in October. So October the 3rd, Faraday Future announces executives' common stock purchase. And they didn't actually do that. So I am 1 million percent surprised that Faraday does not have countless lawsuits against Faraday based on the blatant lies that did happen in September, and now this, because they're saying that they did buy. They did buy in September a combined amount of 10,000 shares, which is comical. But beside the point though, this didn't happen. So yeah, honestly, Faraday is fully committing fraud. Like, there's no doubt about it at this stage in the game. Faraday has lied on so many different levels, and they're just appealing to retail. Retail is their primary target, and there is a lot of, no offense, kind of not the brightest retail that says, hey, they're buying, I'm going to go buy because that's amazing. Or even with this news that came out like yesterday, oh, a strategic licensing, that's going to be so much revenue, that's amazing. Even I popped over to Reddit briefly. I know the sentiment has changed quite a lot, but you even had some people, hey, I smell revenue, this is revenue. It's like, hey, calm the hell down, man. Like, just for them to offset just the new salaries that they just hired for the sub brand, like, none of this is even going to offset that alone. And they haven't even done any ramping up. Like, everything to do with Faraday is like a scam. Like, maybe it initially didn't really work out as that. They were a legitimate business. They just fell asleep at the wheel. Obviously not physically and all that, but theoretically, Faraday is just like destined just to continue to go down. And a lot of people are bringing this up as well, saying that there's 58.52% of the free float is being shorted. Well, keep in mind, Ortex and a lot of other platforms have old data. So quickly going over here, looking at the shares outstanding, 12.38 million. Whereas based on their last disclosure, their last earnings, it did state the fact that there was, what was it, like 30 something million, 33 million for the outstanding share count. And based on latest 13Fs, you are seeing a lot of entities buying puts. So there is a lot more downside anticipated. Even today, 49,000 in calls, 45,000 in puts, and not much optimism. You're seeing some consensus for it to be above $2, and that's the bulls. The bears are anticipating for it to be sub $1. So it is just a crap show. And in my opinion, this definitely did escalate faster than what I previously thought. But nonetheless, though, they are going to be doing a shareholder meeting, approval for the reverse stock split, and then enacting that before they become NASDAQ kind of deficient on that whole $1 bid price rule. So let me know your thoughts on Faraday. I just wanted to once again pop on, bring up at least what they are trying to do, which, like I said, is more of a PR blitz, and what they did similar to September. Quickly scrolling down all the way to September 2023 before a lot of you kind of realized that, or you might have even been in it, but 19th, 17th, 16th, and then where was it earlier up here? I have found, I don't know, I've been meaning to, honestly, I'm sure you guys can tell, I really don't care about Faraday all that much whatsoever. And I think initially I was more intrigued by the whole spike, but I've been meaning to pop onto their official website and take a look at some of the PR, because I think they have been deleting news and stuff like that. But yeah, still you can see just they've done plenty of PR blitzes where in the span of like a week or 2 weeks, they put out like 7 pieces of news, 8 pieces of news. They've done that time and time again, especially leading into something not so great, and usually in their case it's always a reverse stock split. So let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Are you buying? And if you are buying, let me know why. I've always been very curious about that at various different stages. Are you just not wanting to admit defeat? Do you actually realistically see that there is upside with this company, or do you, like, what's your viewpoint? Are you more of a swing trader as well? So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing is take advantage of my memberships. So I have multiple different tiers. So if you're looking to kind of learn options, or if you just want buy signals on stocks and options, or whatever floats your boat, then definitely pop over there and take a look. But with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.